Reality's been acting weird lately, and people keep catching it slip up at the worst possible moments.
What the f***?
Glass reflecting things that aren't even there.
Look at that, his face just moved, but the mirror's staying the same. Yo!
Shadows with no source. Objects moving like they've got a mind of their own. So here it is, the most bizarre collection of videos that demand an explanation. Do you believe in stuff like phantom vehicles? Well, neither did this guy until he saw them with his own eyes. From his office window, he recorded what looked like ghost cars on the street below. Some were parked in the middle of the road. Others were moving straight through traffic like nothing else existed. It felt unreal, like only the camera could see them. Real people and real cars just passed right through these mechanical shadows without even reacting. He replayed the clip over and over, trying to make sense of it. The only explanation that stuck was that reality glitched for a moment. Maybe the past and future overlapped, because honestly, how else do you explain something like that? Missing Corvette.
Where is this car that's reflecting on this Boston Pizza window?
A man outside a pizza shop in Fresno, California noticed something that didn't add up. He zoomed in on the shop window and saw the reflection of a bright orange Corvette C8, clear as day. But when he zoomed out to show the parking lot, the car wasn't there. No Corvette, no orange blur, nothing.
Where's that car? Hello, where's that car?
So what was that window reflecting? It wasn't a normal optical illusion. The angles didn't make sense. The man said it had to be a glitch in the Matrix. Like the mirror was reflecting something that wasn't in our version of reality. People ran with it. Some said it was reflecting a parallel dimension. Others said there was a portal on the other side. Still, that reflection had to come from somewhere. So what do you think it was really showing?
The car is either inside of the pizza parlor or it's wrapped on the window.
Cursed face. A disturbing clip went viral showing a woman crying while someone tried to comfort her. The shocking part was her forehead. You could see the shape of a human face pressing out from her skin, like something was trapped inside her. Even creepier was the story she shared. She said she had been hearing voices at night. At first, she didn't know where they came from. Then, one night, that shape appeared on her forehead, and the voices got louder. Her family believed someone had cursed her. They said whatever it was had attached itself to her and was getting stronger. Whether you believe in curses or not, that face didn't look like imagination. Blinking shadows. He had gone out for a simple morning walk. The sky was clear, not a single cloud in sight. Everything felt calm, normal, peaceful. Then he started recording a tree just because the light looked nice. That's when he noticed it. The tip of the tree was stuck in shadow, and that shadow was moving fast, like the light was blinking on and off. It didn't make sense. Some people said maybe something above was casting the shadow, like a moving windmill or a drone. But he swore there was nothing up there. So what was causing it? A lot of folks just called it what it felt like. A glitch in reality. Netbreaker. This one went viral and had the tennis world confused. During a match at the Canadian Open in Toronto, Matteo Gigante suddenly stopped playing. He claimed his opponent, Gabriel Diallo, had hit a shot straight through the net. Everyone thought it was a mistake. But when they rolled the replay, the stadium went quiet.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gigante is requesting a video review to check if the ball went through the net.
The ball clearly pierced the net cord like the strings weren't even there. The point went to Gigante, but the clip exploded online. People called it impossible physics, a glitch in the Matrix caught on live TV. Even commentators sounded lost. Skeptics said it had to be perfect timing, mesh tension, or angle distortion. Still, seasoned fans called it one of the strangest moments they'd ever seen on a tennis court.
The surf or the what?
No, the return.
So you want to check it
Yes.
on the video review?
Yeah.
Flying cup. This CCTV clip from 2018 is still freaking people out. It showed a shop owner behind the counter. Everything looked normal. But see that instant noodle cup sitting there? A few seconds later, the cup suddenly shot into the air and flipped upside down, spilling everywhere. The owner said it had to be possessed, or that something invisible pushed it. Because a cup doesn't just launch itself like that. No explanation ever really stuck, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Frozen mirror.
Look at that, his face just moved, but the guy in the mirror seen the same.
This driver was stopped at a traffic light when he noticed something he couldn't forget. He recorded the side mirror of the car in front of him. You could see the driver's face in the reflection. The weird part, the real driver was moving his head, looking around, but his face in the mirror stayed completely still, like a photo, not a reflection. The guy filming kept zooming in, totally stunned. How does a mirror not mirror? He said the matrix had to be broken, because nothing about that made sense. And honestly, what else could explain a reflection that refused to move?
Yo! The matrix is broken.
Phase through. This homeowner always left food and water out at night for the foxes that came by. One night, his CCTV caught something he couldn't explain. The fox was eating like usual, then suddenly it stopped and stared at the fence. Like something on the other side had grabbed its attention. It slowly walked over and just kept going, straight through the fence. He even shared an image of the fence in the daytime, and it was solid, with no gaps in between. Nothing a fox could squeeze through. He was completely baffled. My first thought was that this was a glitch in the matrix, like the fence didn't work for a second. Or maybe the camera glitched. Because there's no way that fox was supernatural, right? Don't miss the next glitch. Like this video, and subscribe for more mind-bending clips. Gate portal.
No sé, pues, o sea, no hay nada aquí, pues no hay nada.
A home security camera caught something the homeowner couldn't explain. A boy in a red shirt walked up to the gate, stopped, and crouched down. It looked like he was trying to crawl under it, but there was no space, no gap, nothing big enough for a kid to fit through, and yet he vanished. He didn't come out the other side. He didn't stand back up. He just disappeared. The homeowner checked the neighbor's CCTV to see what happened on the outside. And here's the scary part. No child ever walked by on that side. It was like he crawled into nothing. People called it a portal. Others said it was a ghost, since it never appeared on the neighbor's camera.
Y esa es la parte donde el niño desaparece, se deja de ver.
Living photo. Someone flipping through their childhood photo album noticed something impossible. One of the pictures was moving. In the photo, a kid's hair was shifting like a breeze was passing through it. But it was a still picture, just a printed photo. And yet, the hair kept subtly moving. The guy stared at it, thinking his eyes were playing tricks, but it kept happening. Photos aren't supposed to do that, ever. The only explanation people had was that something glitched. Like that moment was never fully frozen in time, a living picture. And honestly, that idea was way scarier than any ghost story. Driverless vehicle. Shoppers at an open market were horrified when a rickshaw suddenly crashed into the stalls. That was bad enough, but then it started spinning in circles on its own. There was no driver, no one inside. It just kept rotating, knocking things over. People backed away, too scared to go near it. Some thought the engine malfunctioned. Others swore it looked like something unseen was controlling it, like a spirit behind the wheel. The way it moved didn't feel mechanical. It felt intentional. The crowd just stood there watching it spin, unsure whether to run or stare, because nothing was supposed to drive a rickshaw without a driver. Frozen fish.
They're literally
What's going on?
A group of friends visiting an aquarium saw something that made them stop in their tracks. One entire tank of fish wasn't moving at all, just perfectly still. It looked like a sculpture display instead of a living tank. The water was clear. The fish were alive, but frozen in place. People couldn't explain it.
Why are none of these fish swimming?
Some joked the system glitched and paused the fish, like someone hit the freeze button on that part of reality. Watching living creatures stand still in water like statues felt completely wrong.
Why are they standing still?
Are fish real?
What is going on?
Moving shadow. This guy claimed he found an error in the Matrix. He filmed a hanger on the wall. The hanger wasn't moving at all, completely still, but its shadow was. The shadow kept shifting back and forth, like the hanger was swinging. That wasn't supposed to happen. Shadows followed objects. They didn't act on their own. People said it had to be the light hitting it at a weird angle. But even then, the shadow moved like something invisible touched the hanger.
La sombra se mueve. Y la cosa esa no.
Vanishing river. This clip looked normal at first, just a busy late afternoon road by a river, cars passing, nothing strange. Then you noticed something was off. The road didn't feel like it was beside the river. It felt like the river was on the road, and the cars were driving straight into it and disappearing. It looked like one of those dreams where nothing makes sense, but your brain accepts it anyway. Some people swore it was proof of a glitch in the Matrix. Others said it was just an illusion from sunlight hitting at a weird angle. Still, the way the traffic vanished into that water was hard to ignore. So yeah, what did you think it really was? Spinning leaves.
Bueno, quédense tranquilos.
This guy shared something that really messed with people. He was inside a psychiatric hospital in Argentina, walking outside near a sitting area. He claimed something strange always happened there. So, he filmed the ground. The leaves suddenly started moving in perfect little circles, like someone invisible was twirling them around. At first, people said it was just the wind. A coincidence. So he went back another day to prove it. Same spot, same result. The leaves started spinning again. That's when the theories got darker.
Me voy. Listo.
Some believed it was the spirits of former patients, warning people not to come too close. Whether it was wind or something else, the pattern looked way too intentional to ignore.
Porque no están ustedes, así que bueno. Me voy.
Green moon. Something strange was caught on camera in Nashville in April 2024. People crowded the street because the moon didn't look right. One local zoomed in, and then it happened. A massive green spark shot out from the moon, like energy being released into the sky. Locals even claimed they saw the moon change colors from green to red right before the spark went off. No one knew what it was. I tried digging into it and came up with nothing solid. So, what was that? A natural event? A trick of the camera? Or something we're not supposed to understand yet? Walking shoes. This TV show clip had people doing double takes. As the scene went on, you could see a pair of shoes sitting near the stairs. Nothing weird at first, but then they moved. Like actually shifted, almost like someone invisible was walking in them. I had to rewind it because there was no way I saw that right the first time. Shoes don't just decide to take a stroll. They're not making automated footwear for sitcoms, are they? So what was that? A camera trick? A ghost messing around on set? Or just one of those moments where reality blinked and nobody caught it except the camera? Unexpected appearance. This video made teleportation look casual. A family was filming a fun moment near a fence with farm animals. 3 girls walked into frame toward the fence. No one was in front of them. Clear as day. Then out of nowhere, a boy in a blue shirt suddenly appeared climbing on top of the fence right in front of them, like he popped into existence. The weirdest part? The girls didn't even react. They just kept doing their thing. People said it was a camera glitch, but it didn't look like one. 1 second he wasn't there. The next second he was. So, what happened? Bad edit, teleportation, or something way stranger? Frozen. This driver was passing down a street when he saw something that didn't make sense. A guy on the sidewalk was lying on the ground in the middle of a roll, and he wasn't moving at all. It looked like time had stopped just for him. His body was twisted in this awkward half-motion pose, and he stayed like that. People online called it one of those NPC glitches, like when someone freezes mid-animation in a video game. I don't know how a human can hold a position like that without moving even an inch. It didn't look like acting. It looked like reality forgot to press play again. Vanishing woman. This clip looked normal at first. 3 friends were hugging while someone filmed them. But then something weird happened in the background. A woman with a white shopping bag walked behind them. You could see her clearly. Then, she just never came out the other side. Other people passed behind the group and showed up again. She didn't. She vanished. People paused the video frame by frame trying to find her. Some believed she teleported. Others said it was a glitch in the simulation. But either way, she walked into the background and never walked back out. So where did she go? Returning cap. Sometimes a moment is so strange you just keep replaying it. This was one of those. A guy was breakdancing on stage with a group, wearing a red cap. He threw the cap hard out of the frame. You could tell it flew far. Then a few seconds later, the same cap appeared on the floor right under him, like it dropped straight down from his head. I replayed it over and over and couldn't track how it came back. There was no bounce back. No one threw it in. 1 second it was gone. Next second it was there again. So how did that cap return like nothing ever happened? Sudden glitch. We all watch TV, but sometimes you catch something off. That's what this guy did. He recorded a crowd watching a sports match, waving flags. Nothing strange. Until you looked closer. There was a woman who looked completely bald. Then she sat back down, and suddenly, she wasn't bald anymore. It looked like short hair just appeared out of nowhere. 1 second, her head was smooth. The next, it had texture. People online called it a glitch in the system. Like reality forgot what version of her to load, because hair doesn't just pop into existence like that. Floating bike. This old video shocked everyone when it resurfaced. It showed a motorcycle floating in midair. The guy filming walked around it to prove there was nothing underneath. No trick supports. You could see clear space under the wheels, and the bike just stayed there, hanging in the air like gravity took a break. People called it a hoax, but nobody ever showed how. If it wasn't edited, then what was holding it up? It looked like another moment where reality forgot one of its own rules. Speed shadow.
What do you think?
It's your choice.
People watching Britain's Got Talent noticed something wild behind Alicia Dixon. While the camera stayed locked on her, something shot past in the background. Way too fast. It moved right between the front rows, and not a single audience member reacted. That's what made it creepy. It looked human, but it moved nothing like a person. More like a blur with legs. Fans slowed the clip down frame by frame, trying to figure it out. Some said it was a camera glitch. Others swore it was something not human at all. Whatever it was, it crossed the screen in less than a second, and nobody there seemed to notice it happening.
Do you want to burn the male picture cards, the men, or do you want to burn the female picture cards, the women?
Window missed. A Friends fan spotted something strange in Season 4. Episode 14. Behind Ross, in the window, there was this white mist drifting by. It looked floaty, like something passed through the glass. The weird part was how transparent and pale it was. Too light to be a person, too solid to be glare. And it was moving on its own. In a comedy sitcom, of all places. People replayed the scene again and again, trying to debunk it. Some joked it was a ghost extra. Others called it a glitch in the background. Glitched Eye.
Buscando a Nemo es mi película favorita de la vida.
A guy watching an Animal Planet show at Dwight Howard's house noticed something unsettling. While Dwight was talking about his favorite movie being Finding Nemo, something happened to his eye. It looked like it glitched. The color shifted. The shape didn't look right for a second. People zoomed in and slowed it down. His eyes almost looked not human. That's when the rumors exploded. Reptilian, shapeshifter, lizard pretending to be human. And yeah, the fact that he loved snakes didn't help his case online. Magic Pass.
A lot of swag.
Fans were stunned by this basketball clip. The camera stayed on one player holding the ball. You could see it clearly in his hands. Then another player ran up from behind him, and suddenly he had the ball. There was no pass, no handoff, no bounce. It just appeared in the second player's hands. People replayed it over and over. There was no cut, no trick angle. 1 second, player A had the ball. The next second, player B did. Fans were speechless. Some joked about teleportation. Others said glitch in the Matrix. But nobody could explain how that ball switched players without ever being passed.
Of Utah, now with Detroit. He plays with a lot of swag.
Double sunset.
Somebody explain this shit to me. There's something.
A driver in Utah recorded something that broke people's brains. He showed the sky where the sun was clearly setting on one side. Then he panned his camera to the right, and there was another sunset. 2 light sources in one sky. It made no sense. If the sun was on the left, what was lighting up the right? He sounded genuinely shaken, saying reality had to be glitching. People online tried to explain it as reflections or clouds, but the way both sides glowed like the evening sun felt wrong.
The sun is over there setting. What the is that?
Speed shadow. People noticed something strange in a TV show while the host was asking the panel questions. As the camera stayed on him, something flashed past in the background. It is so fast, you almost miss it. When people slowed it down, they saw a shadow zip behind him. No one there reacted. That's what made it unsettling. It moved way too quickly to be human. Fans online said it looked like a blur with a shape, not a person. Some called it a camera glitch. Others went darker, saying it was some kind of spirit following him. Whatever it was, it crossed the screen in a split second and left everyone wondering what really moved back there. Blind shadow.
Hola?
This woman was in her kitchen when she noticed a shadow on the blinds. It looked like a person standing outside. She lifted the blind, expecting to see someone.
What the f***?
There was no one there. She lowered it again, and the shadow was still there. Same shape, same position. No matter how many times she checked, the window was empty. Then, right at the end of the video, the shadow slowly moved and vanished. She froze. Later, she shared something that made it creepier. Her neighbor had recently passed away, and he used to wave at her from that same window every morning. She wondered if it was his spirit coming back to say hello one last time. Living mask. 2 boys filmed themselves trying to prank their younger sibling while he slept. One stood by the window holding a creepy mask, and the other filmed from the doorway. The prank wasn't what shocked people. It was the mask. If you watched closely, the eyes seemed to move. Not just a trick of light, actual movement. People in the comments swore they saw it too. The boys said the mask didn't have movable parts, and they didn't touch it. But in the clip, the eyes shifted like something inside was looking around. Viewers started calling it haunted. The boys laughed it off, but that mask didn't look like plastic anymore. It looked aware. And yeah, that's exactly how horror movies usually started. Red Street. This man was driving down his block when he noticed something weird. Every car on the street was red. Not 1 or 2. All of them parked outside houses, in driveways, on the road. Red. He panned his camera around to prove it. It felt unreal, like the world forgot to load different colors. People joked that whoever was running the simulation got lazy that day. Others said it was just a rare coincidence, but seeing an entire street full of the same color cars looked wrong. It felt like reality copy-pasted the same asset over and over again. Missing moon.
Like, what is going on here? The moon is not...
This guy noticed something strange from his apartment window. He had it cracked open for air and saw the moon clearly through the gap. But when he looked through the glass part of the window, the moon wasn't there. Gone. He filmed it to prove it. Camera behind the glass, no moon. Camera in the open gap, moon right there. The glass was literally deleting it from view. That's not how windows work. They don't erase objects. He kept switching back and forth, and the moon kept vanishing and reappearing. He said it felt like reality was glitching, like the window was filtering something out that wasn't meant to be seen through it.
If I put it there, the moon's there, right? Over here? Wait. Where's the moon?
Sky split.
Oh, yeah.
A local in Japan was out for a midday walk when he noticed the sky looked divided. One side had a massive cloud, and the other was partly clear. But the weird part was the line between them. You could actually see where one sky stopped and the other started. It looked like 2 different scenes stitched together. People online said it was the sky glitching, like reality mixed up 2 layers. Skeptics said it was just sunlight hitting the clouds at the right angle. But standing there, looking up, it felt unnatural, like someone had drawn a border across the sky and forgot to blend it in. Street apparition. A street surveillance camera captured something no one could explain. Out of nowhere, a dark object appeared in the middle of the road. It looked like a small black figure. It stood there for a second, then moved toward a manhole. When it reached the opening, there was a bright flash, and it exploded. Luckily, no one was nearby. Police used the footage as evidence, but couldn't make sense of it. It didn't look like debris. It didn't fall from anywhere. It just appeared. People online said it was a glitch. Others said something way worse. Either way, that thing materialized where nothing should have been. Black web. A woman driving through Chicago filmed the sky because something felt off. The clouds were thick, but scattered through them were black shapes just hanging there, just suspended. At first she thought they were balloons, but balloons move. These didn't. They stayed locked in place like they were stuck in some invisible spider web. The whole sky looked wrong, like it had been redesigned. She kept recording because the shapes never shifted, even as the car moved. It felt like the sky had glitched and loaded something it wasn't supposed to. Jumping berry.
That's actually pretty impressive. Eat it.
A mother feeding her son said she caught a glitch on camera. She filmed him playing with his food. He just dragged his spoon across the plate. He didn't scoop anything, but suddenly, the blueberry jumped into the spoon by itself. When people slowed it down, it was clear. The blueberry moved on its own, like it was magnetized to the spoon. Then the boy ate it like nothing happened. It was quick, but once you saw it, you couldn't unsee it. Even I had to admit, that looked like the Matrix messed up for a second.
That's actually pretty impressive.
Sudden strangers. This looked like a normal video at first. A girl walked down the street, turned to face the camera, and smiled. But in the background, something strange happened. Right as she turned, 2 women suddenly appeared from behind her. The street had been empty a second earlier. No one was walking in from either side. They just showed up. People replayed it again and again, trying to spot them entering the frame. They couldn't. It looked like they teleported into place. Some said it was just timing. Others said it felt like 2 realities overlapped for a moment. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.